Ladies and gentlemen, this RedGamingZed.com video is Sunset Overdrive coming to the PC. Well, there was a recent advert that's popped up on the internet that says only for the Xbox One and, you guessed it, the PC. However, recently, well just today actually, a Twitter response by one of the developers, his name is Mike Ybarra, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, probably not. And they have said, and I quote, on the Sunset Xbox/PC ad, not true. This was a simple mistake, and the team is aware/addressing. Sorry for any confusion, #Xbox One. I have a few issues with this. Firstly, it's not really a simple mistake because, well, you've basically set everyone saying, hey, well, what the hell's going on? Now, I imagine that a couple of people probably did cancel their Xbox One pre-orders because, you know, they want to get it on their PC. That's their preferred platform, which is fair enough. But the problem with this is that there's some confusion. From what I've been reading on the internet, and I don't know how true this is, supposedly someone in an Italian office accidentally released the ad. And it was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to say that. There was some confusion of whether it was going to be released on the system. However, if you take a brief look at a lot of the games on the Xbox One, the supposed exclusives, for example, way back in, well, before the Dead Rising 3 was released on the Xbox One, before the Xbox One was even launched, Capcom had gone on record, at Gamescom actually, I believe it was, and said it's definitely not a timed exclusive. It's an Xbox One game. We see a lot of this online. It's not coming to the PlayStation 4, which it didn't, or the PC. Okay. I don't know what I've got installed on my PC hard drive then. And Robbie, from Crytek, actually responded back in the day that you have it straight from the lion's mouth. If you want to play Rise Son of Rome, you'll have to do so on the Xbox One. It's not going to be launched on the PC at all, and in fact, there are no possibility at all of a possible PC port. It's just not going to happen. Okay? I wonder what Steam is selling then. Now, I know I'm coming coming across a bit sarcastic, but my point being that a little stunts like this Sunset Overdrive ad are not really doing Microsoft any favours, because there's definitely a history of Microsoft second-party titles anyway being released on the PC. And of course, it's not like Sunset Overdrive is going to be released in 2 weeks after the Xbox One's released. You know, we're going to see it pop up on Steam magically. It's most likely going to be at least 6 months, maybe 12. In other words, they're going to basically do the following. They're going to wait for the console to... They're going to wait for the console version to be released. And then once the sales get to they've peaked and then start to go down, they'll announce it for the PC. So in short, they'll maximise the Xbox One sales, and generally speaking, there'll probably be a timed exclusivity with Microsoft, and however long that is, it could be 12 months, it could be 24 months, it could be 3 years. It's completely and utterly an arbitrary figure, but around 12 months seems to be the general date range that seems to be used in a lot of these type of exclusivity deals. However, I don't think that Microsoft will let Sunset Overdrive go to their PlayStation 4. I don't think that will happen at all. I think it will be PC only if it is released. And I'm personally unsure whether I want it to be released on the PC, and this is from a PC gamer's perspective, but I'm also an Xbox One owner and a PlayStation 4 owner. You see, it becomes really tricky and murky when you start dealing with exclusivity and consoles. If you think about the word exclusive, you're basically trying to exclude others from playing your games. Now, I have issues when it comes to let's say, just a pure example, you have a Grand Theft Auto that's released on the PS4 and the Xbox One, but the Xbox One version has exclusive DLC or exclusive content. I have issues with that. But when a console developer pays for that game to be released on their system, it becomes a bit murkier. I think for the good of the console, it's probably better it doesn't come on the PC. However, from my personal standpoint, in other words, from someone who prefers to game on the PC, just because I prefer the setup, I prefer the frame rate, I prefer the resolution and anti-aliasing, I like just the overall environment of PC gaming more, my personal standpoint, I'm not saying it's better, it's just a personal opinion, I would prefer to play the game on the PC. With that said, I'll probably buy it still on the Xbox One anyway, and then buy it again on the PC. But I realise not everyone would do that, and so for Microsoft, they can't let, or any of the developers in any of these situations, they can't, of course, let it be known that it will eventually come to the system. And the problem with titles like this is they're so bloody expensive, and the reason that we're getting so few real exclusive now is because it's so expensive to develop these titles. It costs so much money for the marketing, it costs so much money for the production. It's, especially if the title's not extremely well selling, for example Rise Son of Rome, we know that, well, Crytek lost some cash on that. They've even said that vocally, and we know some of the financial turmoil that they've been under. So that's one of the reasons that it happens to be released on the bloody, as many systems as they can possibly do so. It's basically to maximise profit. And it's, as long as they're good ports or good versions, then I don't really have a problem with it. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Take care, and bye for now.